My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire Downfall. We played Snecko most recently, as I recall. Let me just cycle that in and out for a second there, making sure that it actually comes up correctly. And then I'm gonna go all the way back up to the highest ascension that I have unlocked with the character. If I do want to continue climbing past 10, I think what I'm really gonna want to do, like maybe I'll get all of them to 10 in rotations. But then if I want to climb past 10, I'm really gonna have to focus on a character. So I think the one I'm gonna want to climb the most with earliest is gonna be the Automaton. Then probably the Champ, then the Hexaghost, then Guardian, then Slime Boss. And I'm probably not gonna climb with Snecko. So I think I'll just do rotations until they're all at 10 and then go in the order as just leveled out there. Because if I don't focus on a single character, like I'm gonna learn better standards with, you know, one character and then move on to the next one and completely forget them, right? And I'm jeopardizing my ability to actually focus in on a specific character's abilities and archetypes and core packages as I dilute across everything. Let's take the 15 damage for a rare relic. All right, I'm gonna try and dig as many times as I possibly can. There are 3 rests and a late elite, or I can get 2 rests and 2 elites, as well as the emerald. All right, then. Not really the way I wanted to go with that, but let's dig. Singing Bowl. Okay, we get to be very picky with our cards here. Let's go for Corrosive, a split into Maya, so that I can try and guarantee... Oof. Yeah, I guess I'll defend as well. So that I can try and get some HP out of the Heart of Goo. One, 2, 3. Alright, reasonable. Schlurp, Rain of Goop, and Leeching Strike. I like Schlurp a lot now. It's really, really, really powerful. Sets you up for the ability to start taking consume cards. Obviously sets you up with the ability to start taking the lick reliant cards as well. I very seldom go Rain of Goop. That's 18. If that's an individual target, that's 18 damage for 1 energy. It's just if it's not an individual target, it's a lot worse. Let's take it. I've taken Schlurp. Now let's take Goop. Split for Maya Slam and go for the attack again. I'm going to try and use this as much as I can to heal. Just try and get my 8 HP out of the Heart of Goo and move onwards. Oh. Yeah, it totally works for me. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what's in the shop. Recklessness. Tackles deal 5 more damage to enemies and 1 more to you. If I was ever going to start going for a tackle build, it would be right now with that card. Let's do it. Oh, Minion Master on sale! Oh, that hurts. Roll through, though. Deal 5 damage to all enemies. You do not take damage from the next 2 tackle cards. That is also an AoE attack. Just a pretty good attack to have in the deck. There's Prepare here as well. Prepare is also quite good. I'll take Prepare and roll through and just prepare to roll through. I didn't need to play the tackle power there. Not even slightly. Roll through, defend, defend, get the split with a Maya Slime out. Again, for the same reason as last time. I'm not going to end the fight. I'm trying to get the Heart of Goo to give us as much HP as possible still. Maximum is getting just 2 more. Making up for the 15 damage we took at the very start. Oh, repurpose! Split into a random... Ah! If I'd gone with a Lick build or a Maya build. I don't want to pivot back after having taken Recklessness as well as the roll through, though. Fine. We'll just get some more max HP. Harvest 100 souls from that one as well. Dig, 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 dig. Peace Pipe, the ability to remove cards at rest side. So I can either get a relic, or I can remove a card, or I can do any of the specific actions that are involved as a result of playing in Downfall. There's just a lot that I can do at rest sites right now. Too much, frankly, that I can do at rest sites right now. Here, I think I probably need to focus on damage. I'm going to take the Bruiser. Prepare and hit him with a strike. Rain of Goop is pretty good damage. It's 12 amped to the next hit. And we'll roll through because that's only 1 damage less, but it'll prevent me dealing damage to myself with the tackle I'm likely to play in the next hand. Yep. Not just likely to play, but going to play as it turns out. Feels like it was always pretty much a guarantee though. Come on, let me find some tackle cards. Otherwise, this is gonna look real bad. Yeah, that'll do it. There's our kill, Darkstone Periapt, as well as Recollect, Sampling Lick, and Dissolve. You are kidding me. Lick builds would have been so good with this. Oh, a 0 cost that comes back to hand. It's exhausted. Recollect is not really going to be able to get much for us because Split doesn't upgrade to become 0 cost anymore. More max HP. I'm not going to find any tackles, and then this is just going to be the worst. Upgrade 2 cards. Cursed random. I'm going to find it difficult to upgrade at actual rest sites because I'm going to be looking for the relics a lot of the time. And also, the curse gives us 6 max HP. I'll actually take this one here. Obviously, Recklessness is going to be one of our upgrades there. Roll through for the 7 damage AoE as well as 2 tackle cards being affected by it. Prepare getting to 15 is actually pretty big. And then the curse we picked up was Shame. That's unfortunate. That's a real bummer. Let's recklessly tackle here and get the My Slime out. As we've said for previous combats, same reasoning applies here. Yeah, I don't have to kill the enemy this turn. I can get more. Speed pot. There's the combo tackle. Add a random tackle to your hand. It got 0 this turn. Yes. Yes. Ooh. I'm actually going to fish for... Oh. Console playbook, I guess. Then we'll roll through. I mean, honestly, that was kind of ideal. I took a fair bit of damage there, but had I not done that, I would have taken way more. A huge reformation as well. If only I was doing a slime build. Alright, let's roll through, combo tackle the enemy, and then forward tackle them as well. Take no damage ourselves, but do a ridiculous amount. Still have to prepare and split. As much as I didn't want to there. Too impactful not to. It's 21. The Rain of Goop's not going to be enough to get us there. Fine. So we're just going to take a turn's worth of damage here. And then close it out almost certainly this turn. With any reasonable draw, at least. Orichalcum, that's good to see. Why? Yeah, that's good to see, but also, why? Take a replication. Try and get more recklessnesses, I guess, in this deck at this point. That defend actually defends me for less than if I don't defend. Ooh, We're getting a lot of overblocking on turn 2 as well. Yeah, I think I overcommitted to to the build that I wanted to play. That being the tackle build. We've seen so many specialist slimes, more specialist slimes, the ability to, like, everything we've seen so far has said, stop doing tackle, Ryan. What are you doing? That is not the play. And in response, I've said, la 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 la, I can't hear you. Some game says what? Huh? That kind of thing. That's very much been the vibe of it so far. Let's get the Bruiser out there. Just because this enemy does huge damage points. And I would like them dead sooner rather than later for that reason. Spear tackle obviously makes a lot of sense here. 2-card draw. And it's a tackle. We'll replicate the recklessness. Use the recklessness. I guess I'll tackle the frontliner. Ow. One more damage to you. Oh. For some reason, I thought it was going to be less. That's all right. We'll get this. We'll got this, apparently. Another roll through. Take a second roll through, sure. Not going to want any more than that, I don't think. Take the Leeching Slime, try and find excess block. At the end of a normal turn, I block. Yeah. Oh no, the Leeching Slime will deactivate the Orichalcum. That was a bad move. Hopefully I get Replicate and Recklessness in the same hand so that I can try and really... Ooh. Yeah, both of those are on the bottom of the deck, so as long as I don't use the Spear Tackle here, I'm fine. That said, I could use the Spear Tackle anyway. And get the 2 cards. Hell yeah. I'm gonna need a lot more health gain out of nowhere suddenly. Yep, I thought I was going to still be able to use that regardless of my HP total at that time. I was incorrect in that assessment. We're officially on 1 HP now. Here's our time to shine and bring it back. Consult Playbook would, like, seriously change our fortunes here. If the game would be willing to provide it. Perfect. That's what that run deserved. I got Recklessness, I upgraded it before I had any tackles in the deck, and I was like, let's just go for tackles. And every single time, I was just getting deeper and deeper into the sunk cost fallacy of, like, but I took the card and upgraded it. It means I'm not allowed to do anything else now. That's not true. Do other things, Raps. I saw too many... Like, if I had gone minions there, slimes rather, I had so many opportunities to have a ridiculous run. Reformation would have been great. Obviously, Minion Master that early would have been great. There were 2 opportunities to get Specialist Slimes out there. One from Specialist Slime itself, one from Absorbing. Absorbing would have been great because we had the Reformation on the... That's okay. We just need to leave ourselves open, right? We need to have the ability to pivot more consistently. You can do... honestly, what I'm experiencing right now, I think, is kind of like a microcosm of the experience I've had in learning better how to play this game, rather. And that's that previously I had, you know, back in the old series, I would focus very, very heavily on a thin deck. I'd find the first card, I'd try and build a deck around it, and then I would see how that would go. instead of playing by best practices and leaving myself open, taking value cards in the middle, and not necessarily hard committing to a build until I had already built a deck that had some kind of something going for it, you know? You can do the former, but not consistently. You can do the latter more consistently, especially in later ascensions. I got 3 early question marks on my projected path over here on the left. I'll take the damage for the souls. In the same way as I did last time, I'm going to be trying to focus on upgrading the... Oh, upgrading, rather, healing in all of these early fights while it's available. I'll take the recall. A point of strength matters a lot. My slime for the same reasoning. Love that turn. 2 triggers of the Heart of Iron. Heart of Goo, rather, sorry. That was just a case of my brain reaching for... Oh, related terms, related terms. Iron. This is what you asked for, right? Leech Energy, Schlurp, and Dissolve. Schlurp is a good, just, broad card. It's, like, it's not great defense. 6 block. That said, 6 block deal 12 damage. You know? Pretty good. Ah. I see, I see. The only one here that I haven't done is slide puzzle, so let's do that. Can you solve the puzzle? Put many pieces into the correct spot as you can within the time limit. The more you solve, the more you win. 3x3 puzzle, 45 seconds. All right. Oh, right, yeah, they only go into the blank space that is left open. Hang on. Okay, so we've sorted that already, and then we need to free this one up. I need to take something out of the cycle there. I'm not very familiar with this kind of puzzle at all. I definitely don't mean to appear it. I mean, that's... whatever. I got 5 of them in there. Common Relic was the top. That's one of those puzzles that you often get in kids' games. And I have played that puzzle many times in kids' games. And every single time I was like, I don't know how to do this. Let's upgrade 2 cards. Try and kind of like break the curve of things at the moment by getting heavily upgraded. Use that to roll into the 2 elites that we intend to roll into later. Possibly even buy myself another upgrade. I'll do. I mean, look, I could throw the Corrosive Spit. I could not throw the Corrosive Spit. It's not going to matter either way. Bearing a bottle. There's the Megalick. Press the attack and spear tackle. Megalick looks pretty good right now. It's also just a good card to have. Nothing wrong with that. Schlurp, lick, slurp, lick. Schlurp, lick, lick. Sorry, those strikes, not schlurps. Same general tone, though. Sampling lick. Also not bad. Split Gorilla, split leeching. Split Gorilla is actually like really good AoE. It's already 6 damage AoE on the turn that you play it. Exhausts out of the deck. Upgrades to be 9 damage AoE. Can be affected by potency. Obviously gives us another slime. AoE requirements next floor go up. Let's take a Split Gorilla. Just, like, I'm not hard committing here. This is me talking to myself, by the way, not necessarily to you. I'm trying to get this in my own head. I'm not necessarily hard committing here to slimes. That can just be a thing that I took. Ceramic fish this early is great, especially if I'm intending to take more cards. Okay. Here we split the two typical. Get the gorilla out there as well. Actually, I shouldn't have licked that much. Then I would have had the ability to hit the enemy more times. Actually, no, but they've also entangled. And their thing disappeared. Ooh. I should have played Schlurp there. Forgot that I had the void there. Yeah, their net disappeared, eh? Isn't that interesting? Obviously introduced to me most recently by Teak. Absorb, split into a random specialist slime, upgrades the command. Thank you. Yeah, that was recently introduced to me by Teak. The fact that they lose their net after they throw it at you. If you're not familiar with Teak, then I would heavily implore that you watch the most recent season of Slay the Spire ladder streak. We are up to episode 2. Episode 3 will be this upcoming weekend. It is some of the best Slay the Spire content that has existed on this channel so far. I can say that without reservation. Split tackle. So what do I want to leave out front? Probably not the gorilla, right? So I split, and then the first one we get is the gorilla and then the leeching, because this is the one we're going to want to eat. I'm going to want to leave the AoE ones out there, obviously. So here's our repurpose. And we got apply a weak at the start of the turn. Neat. So 12 and 8 is 20. Obviously not enough to kill that frontliner, unfortunately. I'm going to start setting it up such that I have the ability to get goop on multiple people. That Megalick will take us a lot of the way there as well. There's 2 defense left in the draw pile. Fine. So I did that hit such that the 2 gorillas would kill the backlines, so that if I do have to this turn defend, because I just, you know, had drawn complete garbage for the rest of the hand, I would have been fine doing so. Because only one enemy would have been attacking me. Shape of Puddle. Gain an intangible, 2 energy. It's just really good. Here's going to be our curse removal as well. Gorilla can be the one that we lose here. So Maya, leeching, Gorilla goes out front. I mean, Shape of Puddle actually is worse than a defend there. One of the unique attacks where that is correct. So we repurpose and we get... Yeah, Insulting Slime. Just give them a vulnerability every turn. That's more than fine by me. I mean, it's reasonable damage. It's not the worst I've ever done in my first merchant fight. It's certainly not the best, though. Cannot be used if you have negative strength. Lose 2 strength, gain 2 potency. Ooh. Oh. So we know what that is, right? That is get a lot of... you get a lot of slimes in the deck. Because whenever you consume a slime, you get a strength. So you use that to meter out the negative strength, and then you just keep gaining potency. Let's do it. I love the idea of that. Bruiser looks pretty good here. Chemical X is fine. Obviously, Fossilized Helix and Captain's Wheel are ridiculous. Chemical would... sorry, Fossilized Helix would probably take the lead out of those two. If I want to remove the Aged Curse, and I do, it would be fossilized and then removal. There are, you know, like press the attack is pretty good here. So is the split bruiser if we were intending on going entirely into the liquidation build. I do like going into the liquidation build, but cutting cards from the deck is also another way to get there. And there are so many cards that are related to the slimes that we have time to find. Potion relic and 3 potions. I'll happily use all of my potions in this fight then. Great opportunity to allow me to. So we are going to be taking damage this turn, so therefore we don't need to defend, but also if I tackle, then I... Oh, it's defend, tackle, split is the play here. So we protect the 5 from that hit. The enemy is getting pretty buff this turn, so if we have the ability to do a lot of damage, we don't. But if we did have the ability to do a lot of damage, which we don't, we would do it, though we can't, because we don't. I hope that helps. Ooh, every time it attacks, it increases damage by 1. Hell yeah, that's gonna be good. Especially with that early command right there. I mean, like, strike is definitely correct. And then double defend? I think so. Ow. Oh, enemies got rituals, so they're actually getting stronger every single turn. I need to make sure I hasten up this kill. Hey, 2 strength. Hey. Boom. Ah, I should have attacked first. Right. Well, summons are more potent now. Shape of Puddle, that one. Shape of Puddle being 3 and Liquidate being 0 is actually really good. Basically, after we set up the slimes, we have really, really good... what would be the word for it? Stalling, I guess, in a way? Enemy's intangible, and they have a fairy potion out there as well. Ooh, they're intangible, but my cultist slime hit for its maximum damage. Strange. Some things hit there still for maximum damage as well. Enemy's intangibility seems... Oh, no, it's the boot. It's the boot. The boot overrides intangibility. That's completely fine. I don't know how it did for them, but it's... Yeah, for me, that's how that do, though. So, that makes sense. I need some repeatable growth for these would be really nice. Toy Ornithopter, great. A lot of potions there as well. Split Mire, Split Bruiser. Probably Bruiser. Be nice to have some damage out on the field. Look, Flex Potion and Attack Potion, those aren't how we play. The other two more suitor style at the moment. Speaking of not how we play and suiting our style at the moment. So we liquidate, we channel a bruiser and then leeching, and then a gorilla and then a bruiser. So we get a free turn here. And that's a really, really, really good opening, actually. Like, kind of remarkably good opening. To the point that we are going to kill the enemy quite easily. Slimed Tail. When you fall below 50% of your max HP, split into a gorilla slime. The next time you take damage, your leading slime is absorbed. Works once per combat. Love it. Protect the Boss is basically that, but in a power, although it doesn't do the split effect itself. Shape of Puddle is here again. More stall gives me the ability to... Like... This is like rough analogous to Buffer in Defect in a deck where you have orbs that do a lot of damage and you're constantly just gaining more focus. Oh, wow. Liquidate Gorilla. Hell of a turn. Prepare's always pretty good. I just like prepare a hell of a lot. One of my favorites. Now, we are in Ascension 10, so this character is different. First time I play a zero cost, they gain a shiv. Do I have any zero cost in the entire... I do. I've got the Repurpose. I've got the Megalic. Liquidity! Ooh, that's one I'm going to want to play constantly as well. Fine. Goop him! Get gooped. Good thing I have a split here so I can actually hit the Repurpose. We'll put the Leeching in the back and then a Bruiser in front and then repurpose out of that, getting a Cultist Slime. Great. Not only great, but also good. Keep the intangibility in the deck. Have the ability to revisit that later. Ooh, that Shaper Puddle's looking really good right now. Actually, hilariously, it doesn't prevent all of the incoming damage. So we still end up losing our buffer there. I mean, this prevents us... We either take 4 damage or 1 damage if I use the defend. I'm going to save the Shaper Puddle and just take this. I mean, obviously, I could use a potion instead as well. And that's not totally unreasonable. Though I'm not going to. There's our Liquidate. Unfortunately, it was at the bottom of the first draw pile, which is actually the worst position it can be in. Another situation where I should have used a strike first. So I got to keep that in mind. Do my damage before I play Potency. I keep prioritizing it at the very front because it's the most important thing to me. But, and while it is the most important thing, it still gets prioritized at the end of those turns. Thank you, Raps. Shaper Puddle constantly turning up on the turns I don't want it. Which is weird, because it's an easy thing to want. Good goods. Shaper Puddle. Liquidate. Get liquidated. Are we going to find another Liquidate and absolutely go the heck off? No, but Rally the Troops will do... Mass Repurpose will do. Split into a random specialist line for all absorbed, then command them all. That's the absorb of all of them as well gives me the ability to get more strength for the sake of the Liquidate. Rally the Troops is also really, really good. Do not get me wrong. Hugely powerful, especially considering I have it with other cards in the deck that are quite low cost or are low cost and generate other cards that are low cost. For instance, Schlurp. 4 cards by itself, right? I play Rally the Troops, I play Schlurp, I get a bunch of commands off. As soon as I have good potency, every command is ridiculous. But Specialist Slimes are really good. I'm actually really tempted with the Black Star right now. The Velvet Choker is a little hard to do here. There's a couple reasons why. One of the big reasons is the Slime Brawl card. If I find Slime Brawl, I'm taking it. I'm just playing it constantly, right? And it plays a bunch of cards. Obviously, also Schlurp contributes to that. The fact that we have a couple other zero costs, like the Repurpose and the Megalic, also contribute to that. The turn after the Prepared contributes to the reason I don't want to take the Velvet Choker. I could take Astrolabe. Astrolabe, get, 3 of the strikes out of the deck, honestly, at this rate. We're not really an attacking deck in that fashion. Would be totally fine. But... I got pretty good potions. I got pretty good relics. I got some anti-attrition in there. I got like a real powerful one in the Fossilized Helix. I think if I'm ever going to be able to kill extra elites right now, it'll be right now with this. Okay. There's a maximum of a 3 elite path, but that has literally 1 midline. Well, actually 1 midline rest is enough. I was about to say literally no midline rest, therefore I can't take it, but 1 is enough. That's fine by me. We will need our defensive kit a little bit more powerful over the course of this floor as well. Should try and keep an eye on that. Split into Maya Leeching. Defend and then split into Bruiser as well. I'm actually going to use the block potion on this turn too. Gives us the HP as well. I want to leave an open potion slot as we exit. But also beautiful. We may have a turn like this. I'll repurpose. Fine. Shape of Puddle. Gets us out of that. There's our Liquidate Prepare. Liquidate Prepare Defend is going to be more than enough. And that should help us close out the fight. This turn, right? Yep. Recollect. That gives us the ability to get back the repurpose as well as the megalick. It's pretty good. I don't want to get that back the licks from Schlurp though, so it's a bit weird in that fashion. Oh, wow. This is a weird one. So there's two different plays we can make here. One of them actually does things to the enemy though, and then one of them just stops me from taking a bunch of damage this turn. So the one that I think I'm leaning most towards is Split, Repurpose, Recollect, Repurpose again. So actually it doesn't matter which two we get there. Repurpose. Actually, it's still going to eat the front one, right? Yeah. Whoops. So I guess the back one is the one that I should have left, which would have been the defensive. Thankfully, I take no damage this turn still. Yeah, here's a Shape of Puddle turn if I've ever seen one. Feels like I just take a bunch of damage this turn, right? Yep. Not a fan of it at all, but sometimes it happens. 1 damage. But I'm not intangible. Just gonna kill you in case that's some sort of weird glitch. Ooh. There it is. All right. Oh no, I do have to. I really want to mass repurpose, but the Heart of Goo heal demands that I do the damage there instead. Protect the boss. Prevent the next time you would be damaged, absorbing your leading slime instead. It's 0 cost. It's like, it's at its best right now. Forward tackle is actually really good too. Literally just commands 3 times for 2 energy. I'm happy with that. I wanted some command in this deck. That's some pretty concentrated command. Okay, I can get 16, which means I don't have to take damage this turn. Because of the buffer as well. Thank heck. Actually, I'm going to prepare defend. I want to have a much more impactful turn next turn. I'll take the 3 damage. I was going to take 3 damage if I did the shape of the shape of shapes anyway. Yep, that's what it's called. We will Liquidate, Splight Guerrile. Sorry, Guerille. Sorry, my bad. Trying to work on that pronunciation right there. Let's drop a defend as well. Yes, because we're about to use the forward tackle. Defend. We'll reabsorb, getting out the protector slime, and then forward tackle for some damage points. Approximately some damage. Split bruiser. We just take extra splits. We need more. Oh, these are good. I want all of it. Honestly, I only need the Transform 2 cards. Fighting to take all of it might be more risk than I need to be taking on right now. This isn't considered an elite, right? I wouldn't get an extra relic out of it. Obviously, I need to be able to maintain the path that I go for as many elites here as possible, right? That's got to be my priority. So I can try and make value out of the Black Star. I don't know why I did that. But I did it. Repurpose without a frontline is rough. First card you play each turn that targets enemies also commands. Pretty good. Didn't want those. Oh well. We'll give him a gorilla split. Weaken the enemy. Hit a defend. I guess Rain of Goop and Strike. Deal as much as we can instantaneously. Thank heck these weren't randomized. We'll split into Leeching at the back and then Bruiser at front. Slurp and defend as much as we can here. Taking 10 damage so far. Divide and Conquer. Deal 9 damage to a random enemy for each slime. Absorb all slimes. 21 damage to a random enemy for each slime. Absorb all slimes. And then Reformation, giving us even more strength for having done so. And then I guess I play Split Bruiser afterwards. So currently that's 22 HP we've lost in this fight. Recollect could get us back a lick, and that wouldn't be good enough. Fine. Just gonna go down on the ground, and then should just be able to kill you this turn. Yeah, that'll do it. Unigenic Strength as well as the 2 transforms. Let's add a card to the deck before we do the transforms. Split Specialist. We get to choose the Specialist card there as well. Unfortunately, it's up against Prepare, and Prepare is pre-upgraded. That's really powerful. So Prepares are our first cycle defend, and then the Shapes of Puddle are our second cycle defend. God, that's actually, like, really appealing. Fine. As for adding Jax into the deck, I think I get enough strength from everything else that I don't need that. Transform Strike. Disrupting Slam, better than the Strike for us. Transforming another Strike. Level Up, definitely better than the Strike for us. Nope, don't want that. I'm quite likely to use a weak potion this turn. Well, there's the Prepare upgraded. Very much proving my point that it is something that we definitely want in this deck. Ooh, love it. I really don't want to split the back one off there, but... Well, I guess the front one doesn't really matter anymore because it's only giving weak, and I don't care about weak anymore, so we'll repurpose it. Hey, gains damage from your strength? Sure, I've got some of that. Got loads of that to spare. I think I will also actually split and just get 2 damage slimes out. Just don't think I was going to get that much more damage out of the last one. Pretty good damage. Pretty good damage. Recycling. At the start of the turn, return a random exhausted 0-cost card to your hand. Serve and Protect. Gain 10 block and 1 blur for each slime. Absorb all slimes. What we're missing here is a way to get more slimes after we've gone through the deck the first time, right? Because we struggle to close the fight out after Serve and Protect if we've just lost all of our slimes. Recycling, honestly, if I get recycling, I never play Schlurp anymore, right? We're just looking for Repurpose and Megalik to come back. God, that's really good. Repurpose coming back every turn is absolutely ridiculous. Darkling Trio. That has to go in this deck. There's no way. There's absolutely no way around that. I also really need to remove the Schlurp because otherwise I'm just going to play it and it's going to destroy my other plays. I'll take a Vajra and then move onwards. Blue Candle. Unplayable curse cards can never be played. I'll be taking the blue crystal there instead. The Saphir, as it's more colloquially known. Less colloquially known, more legit, like more actually known would be the right one on that one. The split. No matter what I did that turn, I was going to be losing my buffer, so I may as well lose it to prevent 9 damage rather than 1. Perfect. Megalik into a Repurpose, which was gaining block. Nice. Oh, weaken the enemy another turn? Yeah, sure. I don't really want that extra bruiser out there at the moment. Liquidate into Mass Repurpose. Oh, man. And split Gorilla as well. Oh, this is so good. We've avoided the trap of putting far too much setup into this deck as well. And we've got, like, absolute top execution here in the Darkling Trio. Let's try and get a... Oh, there we go. Process Spit and an attack. As much health as I could have gotten out that fight. Duplication Potion. Definitely better than the Slimy Elixir here for us. Nope. Yeah, I know that was another slime. I don't want to have a deck where I just draw slimes as well, right? Like, I need to find some happy medium in there somewhere. This is not looking good, though. The Mass Repurpose coming out before I get any slimes is... Well, it's... And then, because, you know... Good to know we're all on the same page in that one. It's an awful turn. When we look back on why we lost, that is going to play a huge, huge role. I know what we have to do, and I don't want to do it, though. Split Gorilla. Repurpose. I really don't want to do this. We Duplication Potion the Recollects. Getting back the Megalik and another Repurpose. And play the Split Bruiser at the end, too. Just need more of them out there. Thank heck for Shape of Puddle. Liquidate Shape of Puddle. Man, I wish I could kill the back line. Or the front line. Heck, I'd settle for any line. Ow! 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 There's our extra slime. You got me to make one. Wir shall now liquidat. Und Massiv Papas. Perfect, perfect. And take 7 more damage before we even manage to get out of this fight. I mean, look, it didn't... Well, we didn't take 7 damage because of the slime tail effect that I forgot about, but we... Not a great fight. But these will help. Meat on the bone. If your HP is out below 50% at the end of combat, heal for 12 HP, making it much more likely we try and trigger the slime tail. Reserved insect. Enemies in elite combat have 25% less HP. Beautiful. Command twice on a consume. Thank you. Yes. All right, we're back in business. Oh, and that triggered instantaneously coming into this fight with the slime tail. That works pretty well too. I'm gonna go for the prepare. I should have gone split bruiser, and then the darkening trio there, I think, actually. Level up. Liquidate, shape a puddle, and then split gorilla. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually ended up getting the kill here. When you command, all darklings will attack regardless of position. Good. How many more commands do we have in the deck? We got press the attack and we've got forward tackle. We can't use repurpose here. So we'll just do whatever damage we can. Megalick. Defend, and then a forward tackle. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Look, if we also had to press the attack in that hand, we would have got it. Speaking of press the attack, speaking of command, we need more defense again. Command all slimes. Twice! Yep. I'll be taking that one. Let's get one more fight in before we go to the elite, I think, here. This is one of those fun ones where no matter how much I defended on turn 1, I wasn't actually going to be defending. Nothing slimed. I mean, I guess I can liquidate and then just double defend this one out. Those sorry, the shape of puddles actually really need to be upgraded as well. Kind of key importance right there. 1, 2. Prepare and then forward tackle. Try and go for the kill this turn. So the forward tackle is 18 damage. It's 22 damage against the enemy, taking him down to 23 total. The prepared triggers a 6 damage AoE, so 20... Hang on. 22. So they're left on 23. So 6 more takes them down to 17. And then we command the Gorilla Slimes. Yeah, that's totally lethal. I was going to add in at the very end the Darkling count. Lead by example. The first 2 cards you play each turn that target enemies also commands. I don't really target enemies that much. I definitely do target enemies, but not that much, such that that would be what I would want to play. Great opening turn right there. Okay. I know my play. Split Gorilla, Shape of Puddle. We'll repurpose this. Recollect. Yeah, Soulburn's not great here. Collect again. Same slime, I guess. So good. Perfect. This is a giant hit that we get to block with the rally. Best position it could have come in, frankly. Almost even managed to block outside of it. Megalick into Split for 2 more slimes. Then we use the Mass repurpose. Getting even more weakness on the enemy. Split bruiser too. I'm more than happy to lie here on directly below half HP. Hell, barely could be happier to. Liquidate. Pop out a Darkling Trio. Press the attack and kill. Nope. Don't need all that. Too much stuff. Break the Sapphire for 10 max HP. Yes, that matters a lot when I'm trying to play around my half HP point. Darkling Trios having a third slime is pretty good, but also I often end up eating them quite quickly. So this is like a capstone. Oftentimes this will just only be played in the final cycle after I've already done everything else. So it's not a priority. The Shaper Puddles just need to be upgraded so that I can play them in the first cycle while I'm still setting up, regardless of whether or not I find an energy out of... Ooh, bad opening. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that's really bad. I have not too much setup, I don't think, at least, in this deck. So, sad. A little sad to have that affect us in that way. This is definitely a Shaper Puddle, Liquidate, and Split Greer. Don't love this vulnerability effect right now. Prepare, Cycling Defends. Nothing else I can do on that turn. We're below our half now. So we get our extra split. Really going to help us out, but the same rate. Wah. At the same rate, I would like to cry about it, so wah. Oh, it commands all of them. Forgot about that. Lantern. Started combat with additional energy. Thank you. Status cards can now be played for many useful effects. Also, thank you. Living Wall. 15 block applies 6 goop to attackers this turn. It's a pretty concentrated block card. Only because it's upgraded, I'll take that. Don't you love it when something immediately proves its worthwhileness? Worthwhilitude, sorry, my apologies. Prepare, defend, and a recollect. Doesn't matter if it gets anything now. Unfortunately, we will still take 1 damage. Just gonna pop rather the block. Okay. Rally the troops. Darkling Trio. Megalick into press the attack. Forward tackle. Get him. And that's without any potency. Do I put the Darkling Trio in the back? It's early enough that we are still just playing them as soon as we get them. Oh, you're attacking as well as... I thought I was already overblocked for the defense that I needed. The majority of attacks that are going to come in are going to be small attacks early on, so it's not like losing the buffer there was tragic, but it's still not great. Let's rally the troops. Disrupting Slam with vulnerability on everyone. Here we go, below that half HP. I'll leave that Shaper Puddle for the next cycle as well. Liquidate and Mass Repurpose are in the 2 enemies right now. As soon as they give those back, we're going straight to the moon. Here's our Liquidate. Split that into a Bruiser now, and then Mass Repurpose thereafter. Level. No, I want a living wall, mass repurpose, and then we'll absorb afterwards. Or repurpose, rather. Do I really want to repurpose a cultist slime? I think so. Ooh, drawing an extra card per turn. That'll do. And an extra one per command as well. That will definitely do. Good shape bottle turn. Hit him with that pylon. Perfect. Unfortunately, we just drew through our next intangibility, though I don't think I need to be intangible 2 turns in a row against this enemy. So I don't think that's actually a... That already does 18 damage. Why don't you play all those claws, friend? I mean, forward tackle draws 3 cards right now. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I think we slow down on this one. The incoming damage is significant. No, we go. Yeah. I should have just not defended at all and gone straight for the kill. Only realized at the end exactly how much damage I was already representing on the board. Regen potion... Yeah, probably more important than anything else there. Liquidate again. Tarblob. Gain energy at the start of your turn. At the start of combat, lose 1 slime slot. I don't want that. I do not want to lose a slime slot. Desperately. Extremely. 10 curse and 3 relics. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of leaning towards the double removal and just removing a strike and a tackle. Yeah, we're going to have to rely heavily on upgrading the... Other, where are you? Other, where are you? Hello? Excuse me? The other shaper bottle. I have to rely heavily on removing that so that I can get by on just the 3 energy that we have. Here's definitely our starting position. Speaking of the upgrade that we need to get, Shaper Puddle takes its upgrade. Past this point, our upgrade priority is... Like, Megalick is actually a pretty good priority because the first cycle matters so much to us, and being able to draw a card rather than having a dead card there is pretty good. Obviously, Liquidate, although the importance of that is slightly lower. Pylon, pretty important. Commanding all slimes twice is drastically different to commanding all of them once. The Darkling Trio, ridiculously important as well to get an upgrade, although I can do that on next floor. It's for Niao and the other fight in that area that I'm really going to need that. Fine opening turn. We have supplemental energy relics. We've obviously got, you know, the 1 every 3 turns from the Happy Flower. We've got the Lantern as well. We have other things. It's just, you know. And obviously the Prepare gives us extra energy on the next turn. It's just, you know, inconsistent. Man, I really like some slimes. Feels like those would be really good to have. Just for fun, you know? Speaking of, actually. Let's Mega Liquidate, and then get the Leeching definitely in the back, and then Gorilla, and then split into Gorilla. Perfect. Managed to block all of the incoming damage with the... Honestly, the Fossilized Helix has done a ridiculous amount of work over the course of this fight. It demands our attention, praise, affection, even. Nope. No, don't want to lose any max HP. It's very important, this character. Well, I guess I'd be fighting myself now. Upgrading all the cards in the deck, I would have taken that. Oh, I would have taken that. Best believe that I would have taken that. Split. Guess the one that we want... we just want damage, so it's going to be Bruiser in the back and then Maya, I guess, in the front. Doesn't really matter there, because we're going to repurpose. Torchhead is gaining stuff from my strength, but I'm going to lose more strength next turn. I'm going to be losing more over the course of this, so sure, we'll actually roll that again. Yep, I'll happily take the Cultist Slime. I'm so sorry, but I am going to absorb you, bro. Liquidate, prepare, and hit him with a pile on. It will consume us, taking our souls. Look, I'm just trying to do those things, so... Just an attempt doesn't warrant outright aggression against me, surely. Not like I've succeeded yet. There we go. Unceasing top, if you have no hands in card during your turn, draw a card. Draw a hand, sorry. I apologize. Divide and Conquer, Absorb All. This is another situation of Absorb All Slimes. I don't really want to Absorb All Slimes here without the ability to generate more slimes off the back of it quite easily. Those are finisher pieces. And my slimes are on board as part of my finisher, so no. I'll take Armorer's Tincture here. I think that's going to be more impactful for us. Looks tasty. Another Recollect, another Split Mire. No? I think that's going to be a no on that one. Replication, another forward tackle. God, these aren't great either. This one's just going to be a card removal and move onwards. Get Corrosive Spit out of there. Do we have a later shop on this path? We do not have a guaranteed shop later on this path. We have a possible couple shops, in fact. We definitely have a guaranteed shop next floor, at least, though. Recycling, Living Wall, press the attack. Nothing really doing there, but I'll take what I can. Darkling Trio pile on. Sure. Again, each of them only attacks once. When you command, all Darklings will attack regardless of position. So it's not an individual command being sent to either of them. It is a command being sent to both of them, which I think ends up making sense. Liquidate, prepare, recollect. In with a gorilla too. Really like an extra slime slot, but I think you only get those with relics. Liquidate before we rally, prepare. Pop a repurpose out there even. Ooh, that repurpose is really good. I don't think I'm going to even use the split bruiser at this point. Commanding these is just so powerful. So we do have negative strength right now. Which means a repurpose would actually open up the ability to do mass repurpose and liquidate stuff. Fine. Hey, made a moddable too. Then we use the liquidate there, as well as the level up. Throw it a single defend and a shape of puddle, and then finally mass repurpose. The idea being that I've still got my buffer, so even on this turn I have the ability to defend, but ideally we never really need to use it. That'll be ideal. Mummified Hand. When it will be a power card, a random card in hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. We have recycling, we have level up. We don't often play level up. We'll probably more often play it now. Gambling chip, pretty good as well. Another Schlurb, another Serpent Protect, another press the attack. I think no on all of those. Definitely not going to take the explosive potion. Let's go over here. Gremlin Horn. Pretty good. Wish I got it earlier, though. Cycle. Becoming innate. Very early, getting the Megalick back every single turn. Honestly, if this gets a draw as well, the recycling becomes so much better if that has a draw. Just convinced myself in the meantime. Ooh, Courier. Merchant restocks cards relative to potions. All prices decrease by 20%. That's pretty impactful. So we'll keep Liquidate and the Split Bruiser. Okay, we Liquidate, we level up. We throw out the Darkling Trio and then the Split Bruiser, which does a command 2 times, so it commands everything else 2 times, deal a bunch of damage. Pass over the Shape of Puddle there. Hopefully the enemy 45s me this turn. I've got block for it. It's 21 incoming. Hopefully we have the block for that too. Yes and no. Because the enemy could still 45 me, I'm going to use the Shape of Puddle to defend instead of prepare and defend, because 21 damage comes through, 1 damage pops my buffer. I don't have the ability to defend against the 45 on the next turn. Speaking of not having the ability to defend against the next turn. Actually, no, I'll use a potion here. There's the 45 that I wasn't going to be able to defend against that I am now capable of defending against perfectly. Let's recollect that same card back, draw another card with it. Sure. Yep. Had I not played that fight exactly how I did, that would have been awful. At the start of combat, split into a Maya Slime and gain a potency. Thank you. Those are the potions I really want. I'll take a Split Gorilla, sure. A pre-upgraded one, doing command 3 times? Yeah, I'll take that. Shape of Puddle looks like it actually might be important this time. There we go. Compare a Disrupting Slam. Incoming damage is actually relatively low. We'll throw out this Bruiser then. Okay. This one is Liquidate, Split Gorilla. Gets us a bunch of energy back as well. Liquidate again, and then Mass Repurpose for kill. Slime Brawl. Play the top card of your draw pile, repeat for each of your spawn slimes. So that's going to be 4 cards from the top of our draw pile played. Regardless of what that eats or not, I will often have the ability to... Well, often. I should usually have the ability to bail myself back out of whatever it does. Wow. Game's really making a point of being quite rough there. Can get a Megalick back with the Recollect this turn. I like that. We're using Recollect and the Disrupting Slime this turn anyway. Am I going to Disrupting Slime actually? No. Split Bruiser, Darkling Trio. I did that to lead the Darkling Trio at the front rather than try and command them again. Just in case you were wondering the ordering of that one. Press the attack forward tackle would be a lot of damage. Right. 27 commands twice, so we get 27 plus 16, and then the forward tackle is another 21. So wait, it's 27, 16 is 33, 43. Another 21 on top of that is 64. Another 3 8s is another 24 on top of 64 is 88 damage. I've got more Liquidates and Gorillas left in the deck, though. I don't think that's necessary. I also do want to try and keep my defense there. I forgot that I have a Modified Hand. I could have played that in better order. Could have and should have played that in better order, that is. Wow, this sucks. Whoo, this turn blows. All right, the Constricted is going to occur before the enemy's attack, so I will use the Block Potion this turn. We'll go for, I guess, Rally the Troops and then Liquidate 2 times. That's going to be the cards that activate it, and then pile on. Yeah. Nope. Here's, after long last, we actually finally picked this one up. Those are fine. Just leave the split gorilla in this hand. Oh, nice. That's a lot of strength to gain and then immediately lose. I don't think the enemy's going to be able to outspeed me here. Dealing with a slime brawl. Ooh, Darkling Trio out of that as well. And split bruiser. Wow, that's going to end up being a lot of damage too. Drop a prepare on him. Perfect. The Liquidity. Level up and repurpose. Right, the individual defend, and then a press the attack will get a whole bunch of damage, and then a forward tackle will get the lethal. 1-2 combo. Whenever you split, return this from the discard pile to your hand. We actually have a decent amount of strength. We split quite often. It's just that would have to get to our discard pile early. It's the only problem with it. I'm fine with that being the only problem with it, though. It upgrades to say command, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, that'll do. Let's liquidate and then split, because these are the ones that we're going to throw away. Shouldn't have done that. The Unceasing Top was going to draw a card as a result. Rally the Troops, Slime Brawl, and Megalik as well. Let's use the Megalik first, just in case. Ah! I wanted to play that one instead. Nice. Another Slime Brawl in this deck, and then have the Slime Brawls trigger off of one another would be great too. I'll sell keeping the enemy weak and dealing like a passive 30 every single turn, though. That seems good enough to me. Okay. 1-2 combo. Repurpose. 1-2 combo. Gorilla. 1-2... Yeah, you can see how that one was going to go. Another Shape of Puddle. It feels like the longer the fight, the far more important that becomes. Because most of our defense exhausts is something you may have noticed. We've got the prepares, obviously, exhaust themselves. We've got the Shapes of Puddle, which obviously exhaust themselves. Past the second cycle, we actually don't really have defense in this deck. We're kind of praying that enemies will be deceased by that point, not have the ability to return damage, return fire, so to speak. Does that mean I take it? Yep. Yeah, it does. Super Potion's still more important there, though. Heyo, friend. Okay. Cycling into Megalik. Recollect brings back the Megalik at this point. The enemies... Oh, this is the Mantra enemy. I can't play too many cards. We'll 1-2 combo Darkling Trio, 1-2 combo. But I'm not going to play the... I will play Prepare here, just getting myself the extra energy and draw next turn so that I can play more expensive things. Such as Intangibility, should it be needed. Let's start with the Megalik. Bruiser and... God, do I actually just set the enemy off? I can't do that, right? I definitely repurposed there. Forward tackle's 22 damage. I'm not passing that up for the one charge there. It's good that 1-2 combos in the discard pile. Great. Just wish I was fighting anyone else so I could utilize it. Shape of Puddle and level up and repurpose actually seems like a pretty good turn here. Slime Brawl. I can't play it. I absolutely wish that I could play that right there. Let's throw out a liquidation and press the attack for extra vulnerability on the enemy. That's not something that really matters to me. I think I'd prefer to mass repurpose before pressing the attack here. Ooh. That one makes the 1-2 combo worth. I'm about to lose my buffer. I'm not thrilled about losing the buffer to 4 damage or 6 damage or whatever it was there. Oof. Good thing we have the shape of Puddle. This is an interesting defensive kit. Feels like if we ever die, it will be suddenly. So good news. If we die, we're not going to have seen it coming. Alright. And then, ideally, we just kill this turn by going all out. Okay, so what order do we play these in order to get the... Oh! Accidentally killed the enemy. Good. That Black Star choice leading into... How many? 6 extra relics? That's a double calling bell right there. Sure, it's not instantaneous. It gives you them later, and it doesn't necessarily give you a spread of common, uncommon, rare. Obviously, it doesn't give you a curse. It obviously decides your pathing from those falls out, but still worked out. Oh my god, there's the 1-2 combo. I don't even need to play that here. I will though. No, we're 1 short. Rude. Right, we 1-2 combo, liquidate, split into gorilla. Obviously, 1-2 combo, hit a slime brawl. Really? Just... There are so few defends in this deck. That is not a likely thing to have occurred. Liquidate one more time. Darkling Trio. Well, we'll liquidate and then we'll repurpose. 1-2. Then we Darkling Trio. Give him the 1-2-2. And then we split Gorilla. Best believe after that we're going to give him the 1-2. I would love to have Ice Cream in this deck. Shape of Puddle Recycling and the Living Wall. Found the right defense. Rally the troops. Repurpose the troops. 1-2 combo the troops. Forward tackle with the troops. Nice. Pair, raising max HP by 10. Decker's Washes at the start of combat. Draw 3 additional cards and add a Dazed into your draw pile. That is incredible for us. Slime Brawl, second copy. Thank you. So the Slime Brawls now have the ability to chain off of one another, drawing 8 actually. Sorry, cards in the opening turn gives us the ability to gambling chip for a ridiculous amount of value. It's just good. And also we have the Daze is actually effective for us as a weaken, I think, from the Bronze Idol. Start of combat, split into a Bruiser Slime. Thank you. Thank you muchly. Barbel. I would really... I want to run where I start super early with Barbell. It's... Oh, I love it so much. Take the Duilier. Let's take a Thread Needle as well. Nanchko. Fine. And then remove a card from the deck. We've got to have something in here that's just completely out of the ordinary. Honestly, like, the level up is very little potency. It is a power, but it's in the way a lot of the time. Okay, final smith that we have access to. It's either Liquidate or Darkling Trio, right? If this is truly our capstone piece, it needs the upgrade. 50% more damage. It may turn out that isn't in play our capstone piece, in which case that was wrong. But if it is our capstone piece, it's right. Speaking of, let's throw... Probably keep Slime Brawl. Yeah, because I know the Slime Brawl can't hit Darkling Trio. Makes it a lot easier to play here. There's the second Slime Brawl. We'll play Liquidate into Slime Bruiser and then Brawl. Not bad. Let's rally the troops with a Repurpose. Hit him with a Recollects. Hit him with a Repurpose again. I guess I icky... Well, I mean, I may as well... Oh, right! That drew cards for us as well. I wasn't even thinking about the cards it was going to draw. Well, hoo-yay. That icky is actually really, really beneficial for us. Thank you, game. There's the days. Apply a week is the value of that. Let's get rid of the Bewildered first, and then just use the 1-2 combo for the kill. Also get the recycling out there. Qua. That could have hit the days, in which case that would have been real rough. Get a Repurpose back next turn or a Megalick. I'm fine with either. Liquidate definitely needs to go out there. Probably prepare as well. That'll do. I'm going to keep the buffer as long as I possibly can. Is it time yet to transition to the Darkling Trio? Rally the troops and the forward tackle and pylon are all left in the deck? Yeah, it is. It is actually time to do that. Before we do, though, we'll Slime Brawl. Okay. Then we'll split. Just trying to get extra stats before we do anything like this. We Recollect just in case that gets us Repurpose, which it does. That'll attack, and then we Darkling Trio. Hold everything else. Rally the troops. Command all the troops. Weaken the enemy. Liquidate the self. Enemy loses 5 strength this turn. Sure. This is a pivot not for this boss, but for the next one. Ooh, just lost a lot of good cards there, unfortunately. I don't need to hit with the double shaper puddle right now. I don't think Darkling Trio should be our capstone piece anymore. I think I was wrong. Like, I think I'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna kill me, but I do think I was wrong. Which should adjust the way that we play in the next fight. There's the Shaper Puddle. Command twice. That's 48 damage 2 times over. Just gonna Shaper Puddle them. I don't need to take any damage, so I won't take any damage, thank you. Rally, liquidate. Got Megalick out there as well. Pile on for kill. Beautiful. Let's go to the next combat. We don't have any permanent bonuses in our potion bar, so I'm not going to be using any of those instantaneously, as we often otherwise might. Let's not rally the troops on turn 1. Slime Brawl's pretty good on turn 1, though. Don't need the second Bruiser. Okay, first 2 times I play a 0-cost card each turn, I take 4 damage. The enemy will heal 2 HP whenever I play a card. They gain 2 artifacts at the end of the turn if they have no artifact, and they gain the mantra. Okay. So we want to liquidate 1-2 combo. Bruiser. 1-2 combo. Repurpose. Then Slime Brawl pays 4 cards. That gives the enemy the mantra. We can do that next cycle, I guess. $27 incoming this turn. Guess that's just Shaper Puddle defend. Well, it's Shaper Puddle and Split, actually. Let's get Leeching Admire out there. Oh, 1-2 combo as well. Oh, but I take 4 damage to do it. Okay, I lost my buffer. I was wondering, why am I being so hesitant about playing the 0-cost cards? It just gives the enemy a shiv. No, deals a shiv's worth of damage to me, right? You know that. At least you should. We'll weaken the enemy and take our damage. I like that double prepare there, actually. It sets us up for a really big next turn. Are we going to have to wield it in the same hand and just definitely randomize the cost of our hand? Yeah, it looks like it. Well, if that's going to happen anyway, I'm going to start with the Liquidate. I'm not going to let that one go past. Hey, and then we actually got good costs on a decent amount of these. Keep the enemy weak. Love it. Even weaker. Nice. Okay. Thankfully, those hit all of the enemy's artifacts, so now I can hit them with the Into the Void. Nice. And then I can even hit him with the intangible because of the randomized costs there. And perfect. Nice try, friend. Let's rally the troops with a Recollect. Hit him with a forward tackle as well. That'll do. Don't need to get the Split Gorilla out there. So these are the turns we go really off. We defend, get the Darkling Trio and Liquidate out. Do I draw 3? Yes. It's fine. I'll also play that just in case one of these becomes 0 cost. It didn't. Those are cards I wouldn't have wanted to hit next turn. Man, Pylon would be so much better if it affected all of them. Liquidate 1-2 come. Well, I mean, look, we've got this, right? Yeah, the next enemy's attack is going to be a big attack, so we're totally fine against that. It's defend, liquidate, 1-2 combo, Pylon. Let's take all of that on the chin. Ow, ow, also ow. And then just completely wrap it up. Boom. There is our Ascension 10. One scuffed hyper-focus on an individual specific strategy to the exclusion of all else because I really want to get a tackle strategy running, and they updated it significantly in Downfall 3.0, and I haven't really had a tackle run since, but I really want one because I tried to make them run a bunch of times in Downfall 2.1 and it didn't necessarily work for me at the time, and then they changed the things that didn't make work. But as soon as we rectified that in the next run, you can see the things born of that, right? Through the first floor, I was taking a broad strategy of cards, a lot of cards that are good in a lot of different builds, even including the slime. That is to say, the first Gorilla Slime summon card that we took, and then afterwards, we had the ability to capitalize upon those cards. Sure, some of them got removed, but they kept us alive for as long as they needed to, and then we moved away. That seems good to me. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. There is a playlist in the description down below with all of my content in the game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.